everyone, and welcome back to the Garden of Reading, and welcome to a super fun ultimate book shopping day in another state in Kansas City. And oh my goodness, this is a dream come true. This is just like something that I've always wanted to do. Now, not just book shopping, but like getting on an airplane, traveling to a different state, and just exploring and having the time of our lives. And it's been so amazing. It's already been 5 days that we've spent here in Kansas City, and it has been the best 5 days of our lives, you guys. So this was a trip that my husband planned for us. Like 6 months ago, he bought tickets to a Kansas City Chiefs game, and then it all kind of spiraled from there, just like planning and prepping. And so we are here in Kansas City for a total of 10 days. And like I said, we've literally already spent 5 days in Kansas City, and it's been a dream come true. Like, none of my kids or myself have been on an airplane before. My husband's been on an airplane when he was a kid, so this was like his first time getting on a plane as an adult. And none of my kids have left the state of California, which is where we live. And then my husband and I have left the state once before, but when we were kids. So I've been to Arizona with my family, and then he's been to Iowa with his family. But other than that, this is like our first time leaving the state of California as adults, you guys. And it is literally an entire new world over here. The gas prices, the housing prices, the groceries, like you get so much more for your money, which is just so crazy. The people over here are kind and just well respected, and everyone just like smiles and greets you and says hello, versus California, where they're very snooty and just like dog you out and think they're, you know, better than you or whatever it may be. But we are absolutely loving it over here. It actually snowed today down in Kansas, which is where we went book shopping today. And it was beautiful. I'll pop in a few pictures here of the snow, you guys. But yeah, so anyways, you guys are here for all of the book shopping, so be prepared. This is future me filming my intro. So I'm going back in time here a little bit because I never filmed an intro, and I started book shopping the day before yesterday, on a whim. We went out for pizza, and that wasn't supposed to be my book shopping day, but because they had so many little bookstores down in that area where we were eating pizza, we decided to pop into a couple bookstores. So I have already inserted that footage here, and then now here we are with my intro, you guys. So welcome on in. This is not my normal setup. If you guys are loyal subscribers here of mine, you know I have my own dream home library at home that I am deeply, deeply missing, as well as my kitties. But I do have the kitty cam, so I can see them and see what they're doing, and they've been doing a lot of snoozing. So anyways, I wanted to hop in here and film this intro. So right after this, you guys are going to see me go along to all of the fun, lovely bookshops today and pick up books. And then as soon as all of that B-roll footage ends, I'm going to come right back here, and I'm going to show you guys the full book haul that I picked up today. And I picked up quite a bit of things, and I cannot be more pleased with all of the items that I picked up, you guys. But anywho, let me show you guys the book that I brought with me for this trip, which I must say I haven't read very much just because I have been way too excited. We've been go, like literally all day for like 8 hours at a time all day, to the point that when we get back home, I really don't feel like reading. I just want to relax and like watch TV and fall asleep. But I did bring this cute little winter bag that I got from one of my Owl Crate special edition boxes. And then I'm currently filming this in the December month, so it is definitely Christmas, wintry time. I don't know when this video is going out to you guys. I would presume that it's going out in like January, but it is Christmas time, so I had to bring the second book in the series. I don't know what the series is called, but it's by Megan Quinn, and it's Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. And this is the second book to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and I loved How My Neighbor Stole Christmas so much. Here's what that book looks like here. I gave that book a 6-star read, and I'm currently only 48 pages in. Like I said, I haven't read very much, but it is so good so far. It is having me laughing out loud. I love Max. He is literally just like full of himself. And Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal is a take on Home Alone. And you're definitely getting Kevin vibes. Like, Max is our main character, who is like our Kevin from Home Alone. Nobody believes a word that comes out of his mouth. He is definitely full of himself and just like always just like over the top and dramatic about everything. Anywho, it is so good. I absolutely love it. One more time for the artwork because it's absolutely gorgeous. We've also got these beautiful sprayed popcorn string edges that are just gorgeous. I do plan on trying to read a little bit more tonight before I go to bed, but I'm absolutely loving it. So I wanted to throw that in here because I did get some footage of me reading that the other morning. And so far I'm having a really good time with it. But anywho, I am going to switch over to all of the B-roll footage of me going book shopping today in Kansas City. So I will see you guys on the other side of that.
Cozy mystery.
A Golden Girls. The heck?
So weird. It's the actual like Golden Girls. I didn't even get this.
That's funny.
Alright, you guys, I am back. Not really, I've literally been sitting in this chair the entire time. But anyways, I am back, you guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with me as I went to all of the lovely bookstores today. Today was such a good day, you guys. Such a good day. I found way more today than I did the other day when I was book shopping, but I still had a grand time. And I bought 2 empty suitcases with me purely for this reason. So before you ask, is all of this going to fit on the plane ride back home? Yes, it is, because I literally brought 2 suitcases that are completely empty with us for this reason. Even one of the airport ladies was like, she was checking in our bag and she was like, oh wow, you guys pack light. And I'm like, actually, that bag is empty. I'm using it to bring back home souvenirs. And she was like, that is a smart idea. So first up and foremost, I just want to show you guys this real quick because my daughter is asking for it, but I got this from Half Price Books. Oh my goodness, you guys, Half Price Books is literally my store. I wish we had one of those back home. I don't know if Half Price Books is in California. I'll have to look and see. But we definitely don't have one where we live in California. It is literally amazing. It is freaking heaven. So all of the books that are in there, I'm not sure if they're used books. I think it's a mixture of used and new books, and then everything is going to be half price on the cover of the book, but there's also books in there that are a lot cheaper than half price of the cover. There's also clearance sections. They have records, they have CDs, they have DVDs galore. They also have VHS tapes, which, if y'all know, is right up my alley because I also collect DVDs and VHS tapes. They have a manga, an anime. They have a beautiful children's section. I went to 2 different half price books, and they have a really big children's section. My kids absolutely had a good time in there. They had so many books from my childhood that I wanted to snag because I'm a middle grade reader. They had Ginny B. Jones, Judy Moody, Amelia Bedelia, Nancy Drew, Geronimo Stilton, Magic Tree House. Like, they literally had everything imaginable. Like, yeah, we probably spent a good 2 hours in both stores. Like, so good. Anyways, this is one of the books that we picked up from half price books, and we got this for $7.99. This is the Rainbow Unicorns coloring kit, so it comes with markers, sparkly stickers, and then coloring and activity pages. And my daughter picked this out because she loves coloring. So yeah, you get markers here, and then inside you get a color book. Super pretty, and some stickers. So she is begging me to color. So I'm going to set her up with this, and then we are going to get into all of the lovely goodies that I picked up on this book shopping trip, you guys. ultimate book shopping day if I didn't make me a cup of coffee. So cheers, you guys. Let's get in that first sip of coffee. And there's so many coffee shops around here. I think I've only tried one coffee shop so far. Yeah, I've tried Roasted, and it was super good. I asked the lady to put extra caramel syrup and to make it sweet, and she made it perfectly. But I do want to try out some more coffee shops while we're down here. For those of you that might be interested in like the vlogging part of my life, and just like a little more insight into my life outside of books and just like hanging out with my family and stuff like that, I do have a family channel. I did vlog every single day while we were down here in Kansas City. Like I said, we were here for a total of 10 days, you guys. And I am vlogging every single day, all day long, and I will be putting up those vlogs over my family channel. So if you are interested, I will link my family channel down below. Now, I must say, this book video is probably going to go out before those vlogs because it's 10 days worth of footage, you guys. It's going to be a lot of footage for me, myself, and I to edit and go through, on top of being a homeschool mom and working from home and just being a mom in general. But they will get there. They will get there eventually. But so far, before I get into all of these facts, I do want to mention we've gone to the Kansas City Zoo and Aquarium, which we had so much fun with. I'll pop up a couple pictures here. We got to see some sharks. The penguins were super cute and adorable. My kids got to pet some stingrays. Where else did we go? We've gone to, we went on a stadium tour of Arrowhead Stadium, which was amazing. I thought it was going to be boring, but it was actually quite insightful and fun. And all three of my boys, which includes my husband, had a really good time with the stadium tour, just like getting to go backstage into the locker rooms, the press conference room. Where else did we get to tour? The field itself, my kids got to actually spray paint the field. The day that we went, they were preparing it for Sunday's game tomorrow. And the painter seen that I had kids, and so he let them go over there and spray paint the field, which was just amazing and just like a memorable moment for the kids. I'll pop up a video here of them being able to do that. And so yeah, we did aquarium, stadium tour. What else did we do? We went book shopping, we went and had pizza. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing that we got to do. Oh, we went to the art museum last night. That was really fun, getting to see all of the lovely art sculptures and paintings and stuff. I'll pop in a few pictures of some really lovely pieces that I really enjoyed. I took a lot of pictures and I videoed throughout the entire museum, and the museum was completely free to get into, which is amazing. It is always free to the public, and then you can donate at any time. But yeah, that was what we did last night, actually. Enough chit chat, you guys. Let's get into why you guys are here, to see the lovely haul of everything that I ended up picking up. So Walmart was one of our first pit stops, like the very first day that we landed in Kansas City, because we are staying at an Airbnb, so we wanted to make sure we had like groceries and stuff like that to be able to cook and snack on throughout the week. And you know, I couldn't help myself going down the book aisle, and I seen this. I've never heard of it, never seen it. Had to pick it up because it sounds so good. It's All Eyes on Him by Ileana Alexander, a genius or a monster. And it sounds so freaking good. It's giving like romance thriller vibes. It's also sprayed edges here. And it says, make sure you follow the rules. And then, I'm not sure what those are supposed to be. I think they're like cufflinks. But anywho, it just sounded really, really good. From what I read on the back of the synopsis, her best friend like gets with this guy, and apparently he's like a really good dude, and then her friend ends up finding out that this guy is not who he says he is. He's like a mega millionaire, and I don't know if he's just like a really bad guy or if he's like a 50 Shades of Grey type guy, but either way, I'm here for it because her friend like ends up going missing, and she like is trying to find her friend. So I think she thinks this guy did something to her. So right up my alley. It sounds really, really good. So I picked this up from Walmart, and that was the only book that I picked up from Walmart. All right, you guys, my next stop is a local indie bookstore, I believe in the city of Waldo in Kansas. I'm not sure. I'm assuming the city's name was Waldo, just because we stopped at Waldo's Pizza, and there was so many places there called Waldo's Hardware, Waldo's Spa, and things like that. So I'm assuming we were in the city of Waldo. And I don't know if this was exactly in the city of Waldo or if it was a little bit outside of it, but this was on our way out of that city, and it was the Rainy Day Bookstore. Is that not the cutest name for a bookstore? It was super cute and cozy, a little cute local indie bookstore. Very expensive, I might add. This whole bag literally cost us $100, you guys. But let me go ahead and show you guys everything that we picked up. So I really wanted to like pick up like some merch and things like that from these bookstores. So I did do exactly that. One of the things that I was really on the hunt for book shopping was like cute bookmarks or like bookish merch. And so I did find a few everywhere that I went. But first, let me show you guys the books that my kids picked out. So my daughter picked out Baby Pumpkin Finger Puppet Book, illustrated by Husan Huang. I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering the author's name, and illustrator's name, I mean. But this is a cute little pumpkin finger puppet. So she picked out this book. My kids love reading right alongside mommy, so I'm creating quite the little readers in my life. And then my oldest son, Benjamin, who is 10, picked out The Bad Guys and The Furball Strikes Back, and now in full color by Aaron Blabby. And this is, it's book 3. So he has books 1 and 2 at home, but he doesn't have the 3rd book. And this one is in full color, which is awesome. So these are kind of like comic book style. And he was super excited to see that. So that is the book that he picked up for himself. And then they had a like sweatshirts and like t-shirts and things, as you guys saw, and I had to snag one because the name of this bookstore is literally the cutest thing ever. So I got like this heather gray t-shirt that says Rainy Day Books on it. How stinking cute. Absolutely love Absolutely love, and I got a size medium. I cannot wait to be in this shirt. It's so cute. I actually already tried it on and absolutely loved it. I really wanted to get a sweatshirt, but they didn't have a sweatshirt in this theme, but a t-shirt is fine with me. So I had to snag this. I think this t-shirt was like $38. That was probably the most priciest thing that I got from here. Yeah, it was 38 bucks. And then the book that I picked up was $21.99. So pretty pricey, paying full price, especially because I'm so used to buying books on a good deal and from like Thriftbooks and Book Outlet, where it's like literally half the price of the book. But it's okay. It's really fun going into just like local indie bookstores and supporting local indie bookstores so we can keep them open and running. But first, let me show you guys the bookmarks that I picked up. So I did get some free bookmarks from Rainy Day Books, and these were the free ones that you can pick up. They're the same. I just picked up two, and it was their 50th anniversary when we went in. So it says Happy Birthday, Rainy Day Books on the back. And then, so it looks like this was in Fairway, Kansas. So yeah, this was just a little bit outside of like that Waldo area. And this was in Fairway, Kansas for those of you that might be interested in popping in. I highly suggest it. I took some photo opportunities in the bookstore. Super, super cute. So yeah, those are the free bookmarks that I got. And then I did end up buying a couple bookmarks. The bookmarks were kind of a little bit pricey. I mean, they're cheap, but at the same time, it's like for a bookmark. The bookmarks I think were $2.99 a piece. And I honestly don't buy bookmarks. I get bookmarks in my special edition book boxes and things like that. And that's how I have created quite the accumulation of bookmarks. So buying a bookmark for the very first time in a really, really long time, like years on years on years, I was a little bit surprised on how expensive they are. But these are the two bookmarks that I picked out. Aren't they just like super cute and cozy? So this one, she's holding a cute little black kitty. She's got her coffee and her book. We've got the fireplace in the back. And then on the back, we've got this cute little alleyway with just like shops and stray cats all out, and it's snowing. I couldn't pass this one up because I'm a cat mommy, and yeah, it definitely called to me. And I also picked up this one with these little rabbits in their little burrow. Like, how stinking cute is that? They've got tea going, and they're just sitting around having their snacks. And then we've also got a little burrow for the squirrels here. So stinking cute and just giving all of the cozy vibes. So I had to pick those up. And then the book that I ended up picking up from that store, you guys, because this is a book that has been on my wish list for so long. So I had to finally snag it. And that is Share the Memoir Part 1. I am so excited to have this in my collection. Like, when I think of Cher, I think of my dad, I think of my grandma, because I definitely feel like my grandma used to look like her back in that time period. Just the way my grandma used to dress and like her makeup and just like how tall and skinny she was. She looked exactly like Cher. Like, you would have thought she took a playbook right out of Cher's handbook for fashion. And yeah, she just like really reminds me of my grandma. And I just like grew up listening to Cher, watching movies with Cher in it, and I love Cher with all my heart still to this day. So I really want to hear her story and how she grew up, how she grew to become the woman who she is today. And this is part 1. She literally says that her story is too big to fit into one book, so I can't wait till she comes out with the second part. You guys, this book is just absolutely freaking gorgeous. I've been wanting this book forever now, and I finally have it, and I can't wait to get through it and read it and just hear all about her story. I'm going to have to go on a binge watching of watching Cher movies. It's going to be so fun. The last movie that I watched of hers was Mermaids. I think that's what it's called. Also, there's pictures in here. So this is her and Sunny back in the day. And she like says here, like, this is them trying to get into the Hilton, and they turned them away because of their outfits, which is so crazy. And this was in 1965. So there's some pictures in here of just like her and her kids and stuff. Yeah. Her mom as well, who was also famous, which I didn't know that. So I guess she follows suit after her mom, just like acting and singing and stuff. Here's her about to go into labor and her son giving her a kiss. So cute. I love that she like implemented pictures in here. Wow. her costumes just like remind me of my grandma. My grandma used to go all out for her costumes, and that's probably where I get it from, because we do like themed Halloween costumes every year. But like, how stinking cute. So cute. Absolutely love it. Let me give you guys a close-up there. So I love that we get some background information and history on Cher, and we've also get some lovely pictures. Here's some pictures of her and her kids. So cute, so cute. So I can't wait to dive into here. And then those are all of the items that I picked up from the Rainy Day Bookstore. I just love the name so freaking much. So cute, absolutely love it. Alright, you guys, next stop is going to be Half Price Books. Like I said, I went to 2 different locations, but this is the first location that we went to the other day. So I'm just going to go in order by bookstore, as you guys saw in my B-roll footage. And you guys, Half Price Books, like I said, was just hands down amazing. I can spend hours and hours and money on top of money in that store. It's literally just like a book girlies dream heaven in there. Like they literally have a little bit of everything, literally. So I went a little crazy in there, and I got 2 big bags of stuff here, you guys. So let me get in a quick sip of coffee, and then I'll show you guys everything that I picked up from there. My husband literally spoiled me to a T. We're not doing Christmas gifts for each other this year. He did give me a couple things, and I got him a couple things as well. We normally go like all out for each other on Christmas, but because we're here in the December months, literally weeks away from Christmas, I just told him, let's not do Christmas gifts, and anything that we buy down here in Kansas will literally be my Christmas gifts. And so yeah, my lovely husband bought all of this for me, so a shout out to my husband. But first and foremost, let's go over the movies that I picked up, because like I said, they have the biggest collection of DVDs and VHS tapes, which I was really surprised to see VHS tapes in there. And I found the jackpot, you guys. I found the jackpot. It was so hard not to pick up so many DVDs and like VHS tapes. They had an entire aisle of just like whole volumes of TV shows from adults to kids, and they had just like literally everything in there. And if you guys are not new here, you guys know that I collect not only books but VHS tapes and DVDs as well. I am a physical media girly. And let me first show you guys all the VHS tapes I picked up. We have 2 old school TVs in our house, and the kids absolutely love watching VHS tapes every day. I put on a VHS tape every day for lunch for the kids, and then my daughter, who was the main one who grabs the VHS tapes throughout the entire day, every day, all day, and then also at night to just like wind down. So the VHS tapes were surprisingly such a good price. Like I was expecting them to be super expensive. Some of them were, but that would be mainly because they knew like they're kind of like more of like a collector's tape, and they're worth a lot more. So I think like the highest VHS tape I seen in there was like $10. But pretty much everything I got was like under that $5 mark. So I've got VeggieTales, Are You My Neighbor? A Lesson in Loving Your Neighbor. I love VeggieTales for the kids because they tell such great Christian messages about God. And this was $2, you guys. Like that is a freaking steal. I get a lot of my VHS tapes from the Goodwill, and at my local Goodwill in California, VHS tapes are $1. So this was not too much out there. I honestly would have picked up a lot more if they weren't so bulky to bring back home in my suitcase. But I picked up that one. And then this is a good one. I picked up Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and this was $3.49. This is such a classic, iconic movie that I grew up watching, so I had to snag this one. Last 2 VHS tapes here, I've got Mulan 2, and this one was $5.99. So this was the most expensive VHS tape that I bought, but it was well worth it because Mulan is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, and we do own the first one on VHS, but we don't own the second one on VHS. So when I seen this, I had to snag it. And then the last VHS tape, which is literally brand spanking new. It is still in the plastic wrap, as you can see. This is Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, and this was $3.49. I was super excited to see this one because I believe we have the first one on VHS, and I just love these movies. My kids love these movies, and Scooby-Doo is always a good time, and no matter what version of Scooby-Doo it is. So yeah, I had to snag that one. And then for the DVDs, you guys, I got so many DVDs. This is where I hit the jackpot. This is where I hit the jackpot, is the DVD section. But my oldest son, Benjamin, picked out the first 3 volumes of Ninja Turtles. I'm not sure which version of the Ninja Turtles this is, but this is volume 1 and 2. And this was $5.99. I absolutely love collecting TV shows on DVDs because my ultimate goal is to be able to just like cut out subscription services that we pay for, such as like Paramount, Disney Plus, and replace those services with actual physical media that we can pull from our physical media library, and then we don't have to pay for those services anymore because we have them all on DVD. So he got the first 2 volumes, and then they also had volume 3, and this was $5.99 as well. Ninja Turtles is one of his all-time favorite shows that he comes back to time and time again, so he was really excited to see these TV shows in there. And I also highly recommend just like collecting physical media, whether it's DVDs or VHS tapes, just because if you have kids, it's also a really great way to curate what your kids are watching and just like monitor what your kids are watching, because in a day and age where there's so many crazy ads and commercials out there that aren't meant for kids' ears to be listening to, at least with DVDs and VHS tapes, especially if they're kid VHS tape movies or DVDs, you know that there's not going to be any crazy commercials, there's not going to be any ads that pop up, and all of the trailers at the beginning of the movie are going to be curated towards family-friendly kid content. So that's another really great reason to pick up DVDs and VHS tapes. And I just love, for me, seeing my kids go over to our DVD and VHS shelves, picking out a movie, and just like feeling the love of scanning the DVD and VHS aisles and just like picking out a movie to pop on for movie night. My kids really enjoy that aspect as well. So that is another reason why I pick up DVDs. And I don't know, I really love the way of life in the 90s, early 2000s, and just like how things were. Just like going down to Blockbuster, picking out some VHS tapes, and yeah, it was a good time. And I'm always looking for ways to implement the 90s and the early 2000s back into my life. And now, you guys, this is where I hit the jackpot. I cannot believe I found these there. Like, this was literally a dream come true for me. It's so crazy because we actually used to have these DVDs when I was a kid. And then, I don't know, we probably ended up getting rid of them at some point. But I have been on the hunt to try to find these. This was one of my favorite childhood shows to watch. Was it really for kids? No. Was it really a good show for kids? No. But I love The Simpsons with all of my freaking heart, and I still watch them to this day, and I turned out okay. But you guys, they had literally the first 4 volumes of The Simpsons show. I freaking literally like internally screamed when I seen this, because I have been searching for these everywhere on like Mercari and eBay, and the prices for these are just crazy ridiculous. Like, they are ranging anywhere from $20 to $50 a piece, and I picked these up. Each one is actually a different price. So I've got the first season here. This is the collector's edition for $7.49. You can't beat that price. Like, you literally cannot beat that price. And the artwork on DVDs are just like so freaking nostalgic. Let me pull her out here so you guys can take a look inside. So this is what the case looks like. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. And I've already checked the DVDs. They are in excellent, perfect condition. I just love it. I just love it. It also comes with like the original Simpsons pamphlet. Love, 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 love. So I can't wait to have a fun little binge watching experience watching The Simpsons. So we've picked that up, and then we've also got a little picture in the back there. So this side looks like. And at first I picked up the first 2 volumes, the first 2 seasons. The second season was $5.49, so it was even cheaper than the first one. Not really sure why each of these are marked at different prices. But nonetheless, they were still really good prices. I just love the artwork on these, and this just like literally brings me back to my childhood, because like I said, we used to literally have these exact collector's editions of the Simpsons DVDs. And then there is the artwork there. Also there, they switched bodies. So yeah, we've got season 1, season 2, and I originally seen season 1 and season 2, snagged them in one of my Merry Little Way. I came back to the section and seen that they have 3 and 4, so I'm glad I came back. And then this one doesn't come in like a slipcase, so, but it is marked at $8.99, which is not too shabby. There's the back there. Oh my goodness. I just love the artwork on here. And each of them comes with a little pamphlet, which I love because you would think that those would have been long gone. And then the 4th season was $14.99. So this was the most expensive one, and maybe because it's like in perfect condition. But yeah, we've got the 4th season. And then let me pull her out. Artwork on DVDs and VHS tapes, like you just don't see that anymore. You don't see it anymore. So, oh, we open it this way. Look at everyone. My goodness. Oh my gosh, we have so much more artwork on this one. I love it. I used to have like the tin can board game. Do you guys remember that? I used to have that one. I think my parents might actually still have it. But yeah, I was like super excited to see these there, so I had to snag them. And they had so many like full season TV shows. They had like Seinfeld, Everybody Loves Raymond, they had Saved by the Bell, and I almost wanted to snag all of those as well, but I didn't. I held myself back. And then we have another bag here to go through. So my daughter picked out this Imagine ink, and this is like The Grinch Stole Christmas. So it's like a little coloring book, and it comes with like a special marker, and then as you color, the colors show up, as you can see. Let me see if there's like a blank page in here I can show you. Yeah, so she picked out that at Half Price Books. The lady also threw in so many coupons. So I guess they're going to be having a lot of like coupon deals come next year for 2026, and you can actually purchase these coupon books for $4.99, but she threw these in here for free. So she gave me 3 of them, and I believe that's because I purchased a lot. So let's go ahead and open it. I did take a little sneak peek at it the other night. So the front says HPB Theaters, The Spine Snatcher, Night of the Living Read, Attack of the TBR. Absolutely love it. And then that's what it looks like here on this side. And it's literally coupons for every single month for all of next year. We've got one for January and February, March and April, May and June, July, August, September, October. 10% off coupons for each month, which is really nice. So best believe your girl will be using these. And I didn't know the Half Price Books has an online store. Like, I did not know that. I thought that they were strictly in person. But now that I know that they're also online, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm definitely going to be purchasing from them. It also comes with a poster. I didn't know that. Oh, that's so cool. So you get a calendar here, and then we also get a like a movie poster board. It says starring Paige Turner and Read More. Half Price Books presents The Spine Snatcher. Half Price Books presents in association with Bookworm Entertainment and Never Too Many Books, a full shelf production by HPB Film starring Paige Turner, Read More, Clifton Cliffhanger, Dustin Dusty Jacket, Sylvester Sci-Fi, Roland Romance, Spy C. Reed, music by Tabitha Tablature, screenplay by Cynthia Cinero, directed by Ann Cutt. I absolutely love it. Like, this is literally a nerdy poster for the perfect nerdy person, which is me. So I'm definitely going to implement this in my room when we get back home. So I now have 3 of these, which is nice. So if I do end up messing one up, I have extras. And then, like I said, she threw in 3 coupon booklets. So, and that was really nice of her. I wonder if you can double stack them. I guess we'll have to see if I'm able to. If I am, that will be amazing. And then now let's get into all of these lovely books that I picked up, because I did pick up quite a few. My son also picked out some books. So our 5-year-old. Dad helped him find some books. He is a sports enthusiast, and that is one of the reasons why we're going to a Chiefs game, because that is his favorite football team, and he's into sports like no other. So my husband helped him pick out some books. These are probably the most expensive thing that I got there, and we have Hail to the Chiefs, How Kansas City Became Super Again 50 years after their first championship, and this was $19.99. So he was already sitting down and reading through the book while we were in there, and there's lots of just like lovely pictures in there, which is really nice, and then lots of like background information. So Mom can read this to him. And yeah, just a lot of information on the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And then this one is specifically about Patrick Mahomes, the rise of a champion. And this one was also $19.99 as well. So he really loved seeing these books. And like I said, he was just sitting down in the store, flipping page after page. Yeah, right up his alley. Right up his alley. So he picked out those 2 books for himself. And then these are all the lovely books that I picked up from Half Price Books at the first location. I only ended up picking up manga. For whatever reason, I'm in like a really manga collecting mood right now and wanting to read manga. So that is why I specifically went for the mangas. I did also buy a couple bookmarks. These are the free ones that I picked out. So I've got these ones. These are the free ones that I picked out. And then these are the ones that I bought. So definitely had to pick up the Half Price Books one. Love the picture there, and it says established in 1972. We've got a cute little ribbon on top, so I picked up that one. And then I couldn't not pick up this one because this brings me back to my childhood. I absolutely loved reading Richard Scarry books, reading his books, watching the shows. So this one says On My Way to the Bookstore. So stinking cute. We've got a little tassel here. Did you guys used to watch Busy World? Absolutely love that show. My kids love it too, and I used to have so many books. And I still have some from my childhood that I passed down to my kids. So I picked this up, and then this bookmark was $4.25, and then I believe this one was 49 cents. So got 2 bookmarks from there as well as the free ones. So I've been wanting this manga for a while now, but I just couldn't like figure out which like version of this manga that I wanted, but I just went ahead and got this one since they had it, and they had the first one, and everywhere I go, like used bookstores wise, never has the first book. So this is Sailor Moon. This is the Pretty Guardian series, and this is the, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is the Neko Takuchi collection, and this was $6.49. She's a beauty. So I picked that up, and then I'll give you guys a little looky-loo inside. Oh my goodness. Yeah, had to snag this one. Also got some beautiful artwork here. So picked up that one. And then I seen this series here, and it looked right up my alley. It was so hard not to grab all of the books. I don't know if it was the entire series, but they had all the way from volumes 1 to 10. But I ended up picking up the first 4 volumes. So I got the first 4 volumes of Like a Butterfly. And if you guys are new here, oh, let me show you guys the artwork. So beautiful. I love shoujo manga, so just like mangas that are set in like a high school setting, or even just like romance mangas, or just like right up my alley. So I picked up the first 4 volumes of this, and then let me just like quickly show you guys all of the beautiful artwork. Oh, I just love mangas so much because they're just super simple, easy reads to get through. They also serve as great palette cleansers as I'm reading through fiction, romance, and like thriller books. And then they're also just like super fun to read through. And then also if there is a show that pairs with it, that's always fun to watch through after I read the mangas. So let me read the synopsis for you guys. So it says, Surin Shibazeki is often compared to a beautiful flower, but one that grows on the tallest peak of a mountain, forever out of reach. When Surin develops feelings for the quiet Tachi Kawasami, however, she doesn't want to be a distant flower. She'd rather leave her lofty perch and fly toward him like a butterfly. After Kawasami rescues her from an unwelcome admirer, Surin finds herself captivated by him. However, Surin is too shy to speak to anyone, much less this reserved karate boy. What's more, Surin isn't the only one interested in Kawasami, of course. Will a class trip offer the opportunity to reveal her feelings before it's too late? Right up my alley, giving me Aha to Ride vibes by Ayo Sakisaka, which is the manga series that I'm currently reading through. Had to snag these. Had to snag the first 4. I originally snagged the first 3, and then I couldn't help myself and went back for the 4th one. So those are all of the lovely things that I picked up from half-price books at the first location. Let's get in another sip of coffee. I'm sure it's getting cold fast.
That coffee is cold. That coffee is cold.
I'm gonna need to go warm that up. Let's see, what is the next stop? So that was the first 2 book places that we went to our first day of book shopping. And then today, I feel like I got even more goodies today than I did on my first day of book shopping. So let's take you through that, shall we? Let's take you through it, you guys. So I did end up going to Barnes & Noble. I'll show you guys that last, since that was our last stop. And do I have a Barnes & Noble where I live in California? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Can I stop into Barnes & Nobles at any point in time? Yes, I can. But I have not been in a Barnes & Nobles in years, you guys. Like, literal years. Like, I know for a fact I have not been in a Barnes & Nobles in like 5 years. Like, literally. Me and my husband used to go all the time when we first met each other. We only had Benjamin, our oldest son. We would stop in there all the time and take him to the children's section. But I literally haven't been in over 5 years, you guys, which is so crazy. I literally have been buying books from Target, Amazon, and like Thriftbooks book outlet. And then I also get my special edition book boxes. And also P.O Books. So I pretty much buy majority of my books online instead of in person. And I have been dying and itching to go to a Barnes & Noble for a really, really long time. And there's so many Barnes & Nobles all up and down Kansas City. So I was like, you know what, let's stop in. There was a specific book that I was looking for, or a manga I shall say, that I was looking for at Half Price Books, and I didn't find it at either location. So I really wanted to pick up that manga, and so I knew Barnes & Nobles would have it. And then I also specifically wanted to go to Barnes & Nobles for like little figures and like little doodads and trinkets and stuff like that, and I found a lot. I found a lot, you guys, so I was super excited about that. So I'll show you guys that here in a second, but I did some damage at our second half-price bookstore, and you guys, look at these bags. How stinking cute are they? How stinking cute. So they ran out of like bags at the register, so you got to pick out one of these for $1.49 each, which is not too shabby. So I've got this reading one, and it says USA on it, and then my husband found this one, Saved by the Books. Absolutely love. It's a Saved by the Bell reference. We're getting all the 90s vibes, and I just love it so much. So we did some damage. Yes, we did. We did some damage in the second half-price bookstore. I might have bought more from this half-price books location than from the other one, but I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Okay, so first up and foremost, my husband actually found these. And my husband isn't a reader, you guys. He doesn't read. But he sure was having a good time like finding stuff in there for all of us to enjoy. And my husband found these for me. And I originally told him not to buy them because they were $10 a piece. But he was like, when are you ever going to see these again? So let's just snag them. And if you guys are loyal subscribers here of mine, you know how much I love Harry Potter. How much my daughter loves Harry Potter. We are obsessed with the movies. We are obsessed with the books. Or at least I'm obsessed with the books. Every single book that I have been reading thus far is a 6-star read, and I'm reading through the Harry Potter books for the first time at the age of 30, and I'm having a grand time with it, you guys. And so I do have some Harry Potter dedicated shelves on my shelves at home in my library, and he found these Bindi figures. So we've got Hermione Granger. Like, how stinking cute. She also comes with a wand. So cute. They also come with stands, which is really nice. So these were $10 a piece, you guys. So we've got Hermione. We've also got Harry Potter, of course. So we've got Harry there. And then my daughter has Dobby. She has the Dobby one. I bought her that one for her birthday recently. So I might have to snatch Dobby back from her to put on my shelves. But we've got Harry, and then of course Dumbledore. And they didn't have Ron, and I'm not even sure if they do have Ron, just because these are the only ones that they show in the back. But that is fine with me. At least we get these 3, and I can't wait to play around with these on my shelves. I'm gonna have to take these out of the packaging and probably put them up in like, or roll them up in a grocery bag to fit into my suitcase nicely. But I am really thankful that my husband bought me these because they're gonna look so cute on my Harry Potter shelf. So he got me those. And then I'll go ahead and show you the books that my kids picked out. So my youngest son, Brody, who is 5, like I said, is a huge Chiefs fan. And so him and Dad found quite the collection of Chiefs books there. So this first one is Patrick Mahomes. This is like All-Star Sports, and this was a $3.99. And they also have other titles of other just like famous sports players. And then let me show you what it looks like inside. So a little bit more of a earlier like reader little chapter book. So yeah, he was flipping through these as well. And then we've got Let's Go Chiefs by Amy Ariel, illustrated by Miguel de Angel. And this was priced at $6.74. So this one is definitely right up Brody's alley. A little bit easier of a read for him, with some help, of course. Lovely illustrations inside. So he picked up that one, and then the last one that he picked up is Go Chiefs Go, the championship season of the Kansas City Chiefs by Chris Meggs, illustrated by Rob Peters. And this was $9.49. And yeah, he was in the store, as you guys saw, just flipping through these pages and just having a good time with it, and just like asking me and my husband, what do these words say, and trying to sound out words for himself. And yeah, so he got 3 books for himself because it's honestly really hard to find Chiefs books. I've tried looking up on like Amazon, and like hardly anything pops up. So the fact that we're here in Kansas and we're finding little Chiefs books for him all over the place, we were just letting him go ham and pick whatever he wants. And then our oldest son, Benjamin, who's 10, loves all things just like science related, animals and marine animals. Just like he is into just like nonfiction books, and he also loves fiction, but he really loves like nonfiction, like facts and stuff like that on animals. So he picked up Incredible Earth, Discover the Magic and Mysteries of the Natural World, illustrated by Claire McElfetrick. It says includes 17 stickers and 4 bookmarks, and this was $14.99. And she's a beauty. She is a beauty. We've got all kinds of different facts on just like different animals all over the world. So he was having a good time with this, and this book is originally marked at $30, you guys. So I would say for $14.99, this was a steal. So those are the books that my kids picked out. I guess let's get in here and look at the movies that I picked up, you guys, because yeah, they also had a really good movie selection at the second half price books, and yeah, couldn't help myself. Okay, let me just make sure these are all of the movies. I think so. Okay, so I've got quite a few movies here. We've got one DVD that my daughter picked out. This is Monster High Ghouls Rule, and this was $4.99. My daughter is spitting image of my sister. My sister is very much into like Monster High, My Little Pony, and things like that. And me as well. I grew up watching these shows with my sister, so she picked out Monster High. Can't wait to watch this with her. And then the rest of these are going to be VHS tapes. So I picked up Caillou's Summer Vacation. This was $2.99. This was a PBS Kids show. Do you guys remember this show? I grew up on this show. Absolutely love this show. And my kids love watching it too. So I had to pick up Caillou because I hardly ever see Caillou on VHS. And if I do, it's for a really crazy price on eBay or Mercari. So had to snag that one. And then we also picked up the Animaniacs. This is the Warner's Escape, and this was $5.99. Oh my goodness, the Animaniacs is my childhood. I played the Sega Genesis game on my Sega time and time again. We actually still have it and we still own it, and my kids now play it because my oldest son collects like all retro consoles and games because he is like the ultimate gamer. And so yeah, this brought me back to my childhood. I used to watch the Animaniacs all the time. I also have the Game Boy game of this, and so yeah, I had to snag this one. And then we have a classic here, The Fox and the Hound by Walt Disney, and this was $2.99. I've actually been on the hunt for this movie. We do own it on DVD, but we don't own it on VHS tape. And certain movies or shows I like to have on both platforms. And yeah, I feel like my kids will get a kick out of this movie because they haven't seen it, although it's really sad. It is a really sad movie. It's probably going to make me cry. We watched Encanto. I watched Encanto with my kids while we've been on vacation, and I literally freaking cried when the grandma like shows her backstory with her husband and having the babies and like their village getting burned down, and then the husband like sacrifices himself so his wife and their babies can be free. And I was crying, y'all. I was crying, and I don't know why. And I was crying so hard, you guys. Like, I was literally in my feels over that scene. And I've seen Encanto time and time and time again, and I've never cried. But for some odd reason, when we watched it the other night, I was bawling my eyes out. Literally bawling my eyes out. So anywho, we've got the box in the hand. And then we've got the Christmas Story Keepers, and I got this one for $2.99. I was really excited to see this one here because this is like the story of Jesus. And the Story Keepers, they have so many VHS movies. I really want to collect them all. So I was super excited to find this one, and my oldest son was like, yeah, get it. So I'm excited for my kids to watch it. I'm also going to watch it with them. I wish we had a VHS player here because I would pop it in tonight if I could. And then I also picked this up for my boys. This is Pokemon the first movie, and this was $5.99. My boys love Pokemon, so I had to snag this one for them as well because Pokemon movies on like eBay and Mercari are going for crazy amounts of money, and $5.99 I feel like is a really fair price for this movie. So those are all of the movies. Let's get into all of the books that I got, you guys. I got a lot of books. So I did pick up a couple books for my daughter because yeah, I also am a huge collector of children's books for my kids as well as myself because I love reading children's books. I should have been a freaking librarian or a storyteller at a library because I just love reading so much, especially children's books. And we have quite the collection of the PBS Kids Arthur books, but I don't have the DW books. Like, I literally forgot about these, and when I seen them, I had to snag them. So we've got DW Go to Your Room by Mark Brown, and this was $3.99. Love. I literally say that my daughter is DW. She might seem like an angel and so sweet and innocent, but if I had to compare my daughter to anybody, it would be DW, you guys. Yes, she's DW to a T. And then we've got DW, The Picky Eater, and this was also $3.99. So I was super excited to find these there. They did have quite the collection of Arthur books, and they had a few that we didn't have, but I really wanted to pick up the DW books. So I went ahead and snagged those. Let me get out all of these lovely books that I got. Oh my goodness. I got actually a lot of books here at the second half price location. And then also at the second half price location, they also threw in a coupon packet for free because I spent a lot of money there. It's crazy because at the first half price locations, I spent less than I did at the second one. And that lady hooked me up at the first one, y'all, with 3 coupon packets. But at the second one, they threw in 1, which I'm not complaining because I now own 4. But she threw in a coupon packet, and then these are all of the stacks of books that I picked up from that second location. So let's go through it, you guys. Let's go through it. So we'll start from the bottom up. But the first book I picked up here is a Book of the Month book. And this is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, and I've heard a lot of good things about this book, and it sounds so freaking good. I believe this is about a man's wife who goes missing, and then he takes a trip to, I think, Scotland, and sees a woman that looks exactly like his wife, and I'm intrigued. So I picked this up. This was probably the most expensive book that I picked up. This was $14.49, you guys. I am subscribed to Book of the Month, and I have been for quite some time. I currently hit pause just to save a few extra bucks to be able to go on this trip. And Book of the Month is like $19.99 a month. So it's only a couple bucks off, but it is in pristine condition. Like, it looks brand spanking new. So anyways, it sounded too good not to pick up, so I picked that up. I also picked up My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shin. I've been wanting this book for a really long time, so when I seen it, I was like, this is destiny, I have to grab it. And this was $8.49, so picked that up. I believe this is just kind of like a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, if I'm not wrong. It says, some Romeos deserve to die. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger. But unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he is a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate. Well, I plan to rewrite it, and in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. Does that not sound good? And this book is in such good condition, you guys, like, and it smells good. So, had to snag that one. And this is also another book that has been on my wish list for some time, and that is Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Estrom Courage. And this is a Golden Girls cozy mystery. Who doesn't love them some Golden Girls? Absolutely love the Golden Girls with all my heart. I need to get that show on DVD, like the complete volume. That would be amazing. I got this for $8.49. Like I said, I've been wanting to pick up this book for some time, so when I seen it, I felt like it was fate and I had to snag it. And yeah, this is the Golden Girls in a cozy mystery, and I can't wait to dive in. So pick that up. And then I also picked up some other cozy mystery books that I am currently reading through. So these are the Joanne Fluke, Hannah Swinson mystery series. There's so many books in this series, but I picked up the Chocolate Chip Murder book, which is the first book in this series. And so they had so many. It was so hard not to snag them all, especially for the price, you guys. I almost want to go back and grab the rest of them. Like, I really do, because they honestly weren't bad. These were each $6.49. And so I'm not kidding when I say that this series is a long-running cozy murder series. These are just some of the books that are in that series. Like, yeah, this is one series, you guys. And so these are just like your typical, like, mass market paperback cozy mysteries, and I just love those kinds of books. So although these are not mass paperbacks, but you normally see these in like the mass paperback versions. And so this is the, which one is it? So this is the Lemon Meringue Pie Murder. I think this is the third book. No, the fourth book. So I own the first two. They didn't have the third one, but they did have the fourth one. So I had to snag it. All of the books in the series are titled after desserts with murder. Absolutely love it. Such a genius idea. And then in every single book, you also get a recipe for whatever the title of the book is. So I'm sure we're going to get a recipe for lemon meringue pie, and I can already smell the lemons, you guys. So I can't wait to dive into this one. So cute. Again, $6.49. Such a steal. I really wish I would have just grabbed them all. And then I think this one is the fourth book in the series. Let me double check. Yes, this is the Fudge Cupcake Murder. So I at least own the first 4 books in the series, and they're just gorgeous covers. I love the titles, and I love me a good cozy murder mystery, so I can't wait to dive in here. And then we're also going to get a fudge cupcake recipe. Love it, love it. Okay, and then I also found my favorite childhood book growing up. Growing up, I felt like you either read the Harry Potter books or you read the series of Unfortunate Events. And I definitely went the second route. I have read the series of Unfortunate Events time and time again. Like, this series is a comfort read for me, just like Twilight. Like, Twilight is my all-time favorite book. For those of you that are new here to my channel, and no different from the series of Unfortunate Events, for my childhood book, this was a comfort read for me. So when I seen that they had like damn near the entire series there, they probably did. I only own the first book in the series, and I recently picked that up, so I had to snag the next 2 books in the series so I can get to collecting the series, because I tell you, this is my childhood comfort book, and I know it's still going to be to this day. So I've got The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket and The Wide Window. Let me know down below if you guys used to read these as kids. Oh my goodness, look at the artwork, bringing me back, you guys. And so these were each $6.99 a piece, and I was so excited. I was so excited. I swear they probably had the entire series there. It was so hard not to snag them all. But I'm just collecting these little by little, and these are in really, really good condition. And then I also picked up one bookmark at the second half price books, because again, it was 49 cents. So I went ahead and picked up this one that has like half price books logos and like a little newspaper all over it. So I ended up picking up that one so I can start having a bigger, wide collection and variety to choose from. But you guys, this literally takes me back. I literally want to read like the first sentence of this book. So let's just do it. We've also got a little illustration there. It says, the stretch of road that leads out of the city, past Hazy Harbor and into the town of Tedia, is perhaps the most unpleasant in the world. It is called Lousy Lane. Lousy Lane runs through fields that are a sickly gray color, in which a handful of scraggly trees produce apples so sour that one only has to look at them to feel ill. Bringing all the feels, you guys. Bring me back. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to dive into this series again, like, for the first time as an adult. Yeah, I can't wait. So I had to snag those two, and then the last few books here that I picked up from these second half price books is some more mangas, because why not? I've never heard of this series, but when I seen it and I read the back, I was like, oh yeah, have to grab it. Sounds intriguing. So first I'll go ahead and show you all of the beautiful artwork. And so this is called A Virgin Love, and this is so hilarious. So each of these books were $6.49. And so let me read the back for you. It says, successful, well-liked, and beautiful 26-year-old working woman Shoko Shoji seems to have it all. But behind her picture-perfect exterior is a secret that haunts her to her chagrin. Shoko is still a virgin. Tired of making excuses for her total lack of dating experience, she signs up to live in the Love House, an experimental program seeking to test if 6 young singles can find romance under one shared roof. So this is giving like The Bachelorette, Love Island, and stuff like that. I don't watch any of those shows, but I do see them advertised on TV, and so this is like giving that. And although I don't watch shows like that, I would definitely love to read about something like that. It says, but will this change of pace be enough to help Shoko ditch her V-card for good, or will the trauma of her first broken heart jinx her forever for a life without love? I mean, come on, does that not sound freaking good, you guys? So, had to snag these. They only had the first 3 volumes, so I felt like it was fate to snatch them up. When it comes to my mangas, I really do like grabbing at least the first 2 to 4 in the series, just because they're a manga, they're a graphic novel, you're going to get through them very, very fast. You can literally read them in one sitting if you wish. So I at least like to have a couple more in hand to continue reading through the series and not having to wait to pick up the next volume. So that is the last of the items that I picked up from the second half price books, you guys. I went a little ham at the second location, but they had so many good books, you guys. I'm going to have to try to find a half price books close to me in California, if they even are in California. Let me know down below if they are, but nonetheless, I can purchase from them online, which I shall be doing with all of the coupons that I received. So next up and last up on my list, you guys, is going to be my Barnes & Noble's trip. That, yeah, I went a little crazy at. I definitely spent a lot more than I should have, but couldn't help myself. So my youngest son picked out another book because he couldn't pass it up. Had some Chiefs books there. My oldest son picked out some puzzles, but they're already playing with them, so I'm not going to go in there and disturb him. But he picked out 2 puzzles, and then my daughter picked out the unicorn coloring book, and then my youngest son picked out Goodnight Chiefs. It's like a little board book, so cute. And then this is what it looks like inside, and this is definitely right up his alley to be able to read, and I think that this will be fun for him to read through before we go to the game tomorrow. We've also got Patrick Mahomes in the locker room, so he picked that up. And let's dive into all of the goodies. I also bought this bag because I seen it and I had to snag it. So it says, a place for all my books, and the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. So had to snag this one up because she's a beauty. So I had to snag this one. It was a little bit more on the pricier side. I believe it was like $14. No, it was $12.95. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. And then it also does have a pocket inside, which is nice. And she's filled with goodies, you guys. She is filled with goodies. Let me show you guys everything that I got. I did pick up 2 books from there, but I also picked up just like some fun little things. So I bought 2 bookmarks, I believe. So the first bookmark that I picked up is My Neighbor Totoro. So stinking cute. This is one of the Studio Ghibli movies that I watched with my sister. I've mentioned this time and time again here on my channel, but me and my sister have been watching through all the Studio Ghibli movies together, and this one was a really cute and cozy one that we watched, so I had to pick up a bookmark inspired by it. And then I seen this one and had to snag it because this also brings me back to my childhood. I read this book time and time again. Roald Dahl was one of my all-time favorite children's authors growing up and still is to this day. And then also pairing it with the movie, such an iconic classic movie, and that is Matilda. So had to snag this bookmark as well. How cute on her stack of books. Absolutely love it. So those are the 2 bookmarks that I picked up from Barnes. I love Barnes so much. I told my husband that we have to definitely start coming to Barnes & Nobles because it's so fun. Such a fun experience. And the kids absolutely loved going to the children's section. They had a good time. And then I seen this and I had to snag it because if you guys are new here, I do have 2 little black kitties and they are named after 2 very iconic black cats. They are twin sisters and they're both black cats. And so one of my cats is named after Sabrina the Teenage Witch Salem and the other one is named after Kiki's Delivery Services cat, Gigi. So when I seen Gigi in there in this cute little cage, so stinking cute, I had to snag it. So it is a keychain, but I'm gonna be putting her on my bookshelf because so cute, so stinking cute. Had to snag that. So pick that up. Also, Kiki's Delivery Service is my all-time favorite Studio Ghibli movie, so I also picked it up for that reason. And then staying on the Gigi theme, I couldn't help myself. I had to pick up this cute little plushie of Gigi. Like, she's so cute. She's so cute. I just want to snuggle her. Like, so stinking cute. Also, we've got Kiki there on the tag. Super cute. But is she not cute? Oh my goodness. So stinking cute. So, had to snag a little plushie of Gigi. So when the real Miss Gigi doesn't want to cuddle with me, I can just cuddle this little plushie. So I picked up that one. The last little figure that I picked up, that was like one of the main reasons I wanted to go to Barnes & Nobles, was to like pick up some bookmarks and like little mini figures and like trinkets and stuff like that. So I also got this My Neighbor Totoro accessory box because it's so stinking cute. I've actually seen the Kiki's Delivery Service version of this one, but they didn't have it. But they had this one. So I had to snag her up and that's what it looks like. Let's actually go ahead and pull it out because why not? I'm gonna have to take it out of the box anyways when we get on the plane. So stinking cute. Look how cute that is. And I do have the VHS tape of My Neighbor Totoro, so I definitely plan on putting this next to that VHS tape, and then it just opens up and you can put whatever little trinkets you want in it. But so cute. We might actually watch this tonight. I'm gonna see if I can find it for free anywhere on any of the platforms, and I think we're gonna watch this tonight and fall asleep to it because I'm definitely in the mood to watch like either Kiki's or My Neighbor Totoro. So that was the last little figure that I picked up, and then I only ended up picking up 2 books at Barnes, and these are actually mangas. So I seen they had the 2nd volume of Sailor Moon in the Pretty Guardian series, so I had to snag it, especially because it was only $12.99, which is not bad. Not too bad for a brand new manga. So this is what the cover looks like. So I now at least have the first 2 volumes in the series. I'm so excited to dive in. I'm so excited to dive in. So I picked up the 2nd volume. And these are actually some pretty thick mangas, so I am excited about that. We've got some action, which haven't really read too much out of like the romance section in mangas, so I'm really excited to just like read through this and see how I like it. And then this manga is specifically why I wanted to go to Barnes, not only to pick up bookmarks and like little figures or trinkets, but because I really wanted to find this manga. I was specifically looking for this one in Half Price Books, and I didn't find it at either location, so they did have it at Barnes. I would have picked up the 2nd volume as well, but they didn't have it, but they did have the 1st one. And this is the collector's edition of Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya, and this is volume 1, and my sister actually recommended the anime to me. So I seen that they also have a manga that pairs with it, so I want to read the manga first and then go and watch the anime. So I picked up this. Also, all of the spines are different colors and they're absolutely gorgeous. So let me just show you the artwork there. Absolutely love. Absolutely love. We also got some colorful artwork inside, and I cannot wait to dive in. This one is also on the thicker side, so I can see why this one was a lot more pricier. This one was $20, you guys, so that was a little out there for a manga, but I don't mind it because I have been wanting to read this manga for a while, so I went ahead and picked it up. So since this is the last book, I will go ahead and read it to you guys. It says, after a family tragedy turns your life upside down, plucky high schooler Toru Honda takes matters into her own hands and moves out into a tent. Unfortunately for her, she pitches her new home on private land belonging to the mysterious Soma clan, and it isn't long before the owners discover her secret. But as Toru quickly finds out when the family offers to take her in, the Somas have a secret of their own. When embraced by the opposite sex, they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. A perennial favorite of fans and librarians alike, Natsuki Takaya's beloved best-selling Fruit Basket series returns to print in deluxe omnibus editions with beautiful full-color illustrations that are not to be missed. I didn't know that. I might have to pick those up too if I end up loving this manga. So this is a manga that has been on my wish list for a really, really long time, and I'm excited to finally at least have the first volume in my collection. And then I think there's only one more thing that I picked up. No. I have one more bookmark that I picked up. My husband actually picked this one out for me. We got a Harry Potter bookmark with Hedwig with an envelope in her mouth. So absolutely love that, especially because I'm reading through the Harry Potter series right now, and I've been wanting to pick up a Harry Potter bookmark because I don't own one. So that's going to be fun in my reading experience, having a Harry Potter bookmark to pair with my Harry Potter book. Yes, I'm such a nerd. But if you're here, you're also a nerd right along with me. And nerds rule, y'all. And nerds rule. Okay. The last thing from Barnes & Nobles, and the last thing in this entire ultimate book shopping day / haul, you guys, was a must. She was very pricey. She was the most expensive thing at Barnes & Nobles, but I couldn't put her back. I couldn't put her back because she's so stinking cute. She's so stinking cute, and that's gonna be this plush frog. Is she not the most adorable thing in the world? Even the cashier lady up front said how cute she was, and she's adorable. She's absolutely adorable. I think she was like $27. Yes, she was $27.99, and she was worth every penny because she is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. She's coming with me on the plane because my daughter took over my Angel body pillow, like squishmallow type thing, so this will be my little reading buddy on the plane. But she's gorgeous. She's so gorgeous, and she really like gives me like the Jellycat stuffed animal vibes, which I don't own one, but I really, really want to pick one up. Scrolling through their website the other day, and I was having a hard time trying to pick which one I wanted. So this will do for now, even though this is not by Jellycat, but she definitely gives Jellycat vibes, and I absolutely love it. So anyways, you guys, that is everything that I picked up from all of the fun, lovely bookstores that I got to go to on this trip, you guys. Will I be going to any more? I don't think so. I don't think so. I have scratched my itch. I've been really good about not buying books these last couple months, unless it was like something I needed for the kids, or like a book that I needed in a series that I was reading. I've been doing really good with not buying books. I've bought books on like rewards that I racked up from like Thriftbooks and stuff, but other than that, I've been doing really good and not buying any books, although it might not seem like it because I will be coming out with lots of book hauls. But disclaimer, I've had those boxes of books for months on months on months, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count. But anywho, you guys, I've definitely scratched the itch of book shopping, and if you're a book lover or book collector, just like myself, then you absolutely understand how hard it is not to buy books at every moment and every second of the day. Like, it's hard. It's so hard. And it's one of my favorite pastimes, buying books and reading books. They are two separate hobbies of mine, and I wouldn't have it any other way, you guys. And so, yeah, I think this video has been long enough. My kids have been asking me when I'm going to be done because my son wants to run around the house and play football. But yeah, you guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming along on this ultimate book shopping day in Kansas City, you guys. It has literally been a dream come true. It has been so much fun. It's been an adventure. I'm in love with just everything that I was able to find. Let me know down below if you guys have a half-price bookstore near you, and if you love the store just as much as I do. I hope you guys do, because that store, like I said, I cannot rave about it enough. I'm definitely going to have to go and leave reviews on their websites. But anyway, you guys, I can sit here and chat on and on and on, but at some point this video needs to end, you guys. And thank you so much for coming along with me on this ultimate book shopping day. If you made it to the end of this video, you guys are troopers. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel if you are new here, I would love to have you here on the Garden of Reading. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out the next time I upload a video, you guys. And yeah, you guys, I think that's going to be it. Bye from me and Mrs. Tittles. That's going to be her name that I came up with on a whim, you guys, literally on the spot. Mrs. Tittles. So cute. And we will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Oh, let's go. Oh!
Mahomes pass incomplete and time for number 1, Xavier Worley.